You have been losing battles you didn't even realize you were in. Every day, someone is draining your energy, manipulating your actions, testing your patience, and benefiting from your reactions. The harsh reality is you've been allowing it. You've been on defense in a game that demands offense. You've been hoping toxic people will change, will suddenly act reasonably, or develop a conscience. They won't. Machiavelli recognized this over 5 centuries ago, yet most people still refuse to accept it. Human nature doesn't bend to wishes, it responds to power, strategy, and those who understand the game for what it truly is. Today, you stop being the target. Today, you learn 7 ways to handle toxic people that make you untouchable. Not through kindness, not through confrontation, but through cold, calculated intelligence. Pay attention. This understanding will change how you navigate the world forever. Number 1. Understand the nature of toxic people. Before you can overcome an adversary, you must first understand what you are facing. Most people make a critical mistake when dealing with toxic individuals. They assume these people follow the same moral code, emotional logic, or desire for harmony. They don't. A toxic person is not confused or misunderstood. They are predators who operate under an entirely different set of rules. Machiavelli wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, deceitful, cowardly, and covetous. Not as cynicism, but as observation. Toxic people embody these traits in concentrated form. They seek control. They feed on emotional reactions. They analyze your weaknesses as a general studies enemy territory. Your anger fuels them. Your confusion entertains them. And your hope that they will change is the very chain that keeps you trapped. Understand this thoroughly. Toxic people do not seek resolution. They seek domination. They want you off balance, reactive, explaining yourself, defending your character. The moment you respond emotionally, you have already lost. They have been playing this game for years, and you are stepping into their arena unprepared. This is not about good versus evil, it is about awareness versus ignorance. The person who sees the chessboard wins. The person who believes they are having a conversation loses everything. Your first shift in power begins with this understanding. Stop seeing toxic people as problems to fix. Start seeing them as patterns to decode. They repeat the same tactics because those tactics work. Gaslighting, projection, victimhood, silent treatment, love bombing followed by withdrawal, these are not random behaviors. They are deliberate strategies. Once you recognize the pattern, its power over you disappears. You stop reacting and begin observing. In this observation, you take the first step toward becoming untouchable. The predator relies on your ignorance. Awareness is the first advantage you claim without raising a voice. Number 2. Emotional detachment as armor. Your emotions are not your strength. They are the handles toxic people use to move you wherever they want. Every flash of anger, every desperate explanation, every wounded reaction tells them exactly where to strike next. You have been handing them the blueprint to your own undoing. This ends now. Emotional detachment is not coldness. It is clarity. It is the ability to observe without being consumed, to witness manipulation without becoming its victim. Machiavelli advised princes to be feared rather than loved because love is tied to obligations, which people break whenever it suits them. Toxic people instinctively understand this. They will use your empathy, your desire for connection, your care as leverage. When you detach emotionally, you remove that leverage. You become unreadable, unpredictable, and dangerous in ways they cannot calculate. Practice this skill deliberately. When they provoke you, breathe. When they insult you, observe. When they try to drag you into chaos, remain still. Your silence disturbs them more than any words could. Detachment does not mean feeling nothing. It means choosing what deserves your emotional energy. Toxic people deserve nothing. Not your rage, not your tears, not your energy. Save it for battles worth fighting, for people worth caring about, for goals worth pursuing. The person who controls their emotions controls the room. The one who loses their temper loses power. Every great strategist knew this. Battles are won in the mind before the field. Your mind must be a fortress, cold, solid, with no entry points. When toxic people throw their fire, it hits the wall and burns out. You remain untouched, unmoved, in full control. Number 3. Strategic silence. Words can be weapons, but silence is a fortress. Most people talk too much. They explain themselves when no explanation is needed, defend their character to those who have already decided to misunderstand. Filling silence with nervous chatter gives toxic people ammunition. You will be different. You will master strategic silence. When a toxic person attacks you with words, they are fishing. They throw accusations and provocations, waiting for you to bite. The moment you respond, you are hooked. They drag you into endless circular arguments and emotional exhaustion. But if you do not bite, they are left holding nothing. Their power dissolves. Machiavelli understood that appearance can be more powerful than explanation. Silence communicates confidence, calm, and authority. It signals that their tactics are beneath you. Toxic people need your engagement to feel in control. Deny them this. Let your silence speak. It shows you see through them, you are not afraid, and their opinion holds no weight. Another benefit of silence. It forces others to reveal themselves. When you stop talking, toxic people fill the void. They escalate, exposing their true nature. You do not need to act, they destroy themselves. Speaking less controls more. Every word withheld is an advantage. Every silence is a statement of power. In a noisy world, the quiet person becomes king. Number 4. Controlled information. Every detail you share is a key you hand to someone else. Give enough keys, and toxic people can unlock every door in your life. They will know your fears, insecurities, past mistakes, and ambitions, and use them against you. This is not paranoia. It is strategy. Machiavelli taught that men are obedient to immediate needs. So the one who deceives finds those who allow themselves to be deceived. Toxic people collect information. They remember everything. That vulnerable story you shared, that secret ambition, you must keep these locked. Become a vault. Information flows in. Nothing flows out without purpose. This does not mean you cannot connect, it means being ruthlessly selective. Ask before sharing. Can this be used against me? If yes, keep it private. The gray rock method helps here. Be boring, share nothing personal, reveal no emotional content. Toxic people lose interest or expose themselves. Either outcome serves you. Also, watch what they reveal. They project their own intentions onto others. Accusations and complaints often reflect their strategy. Listen closely while giving nothing. In life, the person who controls what others know holds invisible power. Your secrets are your strength. Your privacy is your protection. Number 5. Strategic distance. There is a weapon more powerful than words, confrontation, or insults. Your absence. Strategic distance removes you from someone's life while communicating absolute power. This is not running away. It is dominance. You show that they are not worth your time, energy, or presence. Machiavelli emphasized knowing when to engage and when to withdraw. Some battles are won by not fighting. Toxic people expect engagement. When you vanish, you shatter their expectations. They scramble, offer false kindness, apologies, or promises. This is desperation, not change. Do not return. Gradually reduce contact. Let your presence fade. They will sense the shift and realize the power has changed hands. Strategic distance protects your future. Every moment with toxic people steals time from your growth, goals, and purpose. Time is irreplaceable, spend it wisely. Let the toxic wonder where you went. Let them see too late that they lost access to someone valuable. Your absence is your power. Number 6. The mirror technique. Toxic people cannot face themselves. The mirror technique uses this. Instead of absorbing their attacks, you reflect them. You become so calm and still that they see only themselves. This reflection unsettles them. Machiavelli observed that appearances shape reality. When a toxic person attacks, respond calmly, redirecting energy back at them. You do not defend or explain. You simply mirror their behavior. Watch their confusion as they confront their own negativity. This is reflection, not revenge. You refuse to internalize their projections. You remain composed while they face themselves. I kept the structure, professional tone, and key strategies in tact while simplifying sentences and eliminating repetition. If you want, I can finish paraphrasing the final sections to cover all 7 strategies in the same style. Do you want me to do that next? They prepared for battle, sharpening their words to strike you. But in this moment, you are not flesh, you are glass. Every attack passes through and returns to strike them. Toxic people rarely examine themselves. They spend their lives blaming others for their misery. The mirror technique forces them to face themselves. It is uncomfortable, and many will avoid it rather than confront what they see. That is your victory without a single blow. Use their words with precision. If they say you never listen, respond calmly and ask when they felt unheard. If they accuse you of being cold, ask them to explain what warmth looks like to them. You are not engaging their accusations. You are redirecting attention to their own behaviors, patterns, and unhealed wounds. This technique requires discipline. Your mirror must remain clean. If you become emotional, the reflection distorts. If you become defensive, you absorb rather than reflect. Mastery comes with practice, staying centered amid chaos and remembering that their words are about them, not you. The mirror technique also reveals truth to observers. When others watch a toxic person attack someone who remains calm and reflective, the aggressor appears unhinged and unreasonable. You do not need to label them. The mirror does it for you. You remain dignified while they expose themselves. This is strategic mastery. Be the mirror. Reflect everything. Absorb nothing. Let them confront their own darkness while you remain untouched. Number 7. Becoming untouchable. You have walked through fire to reach this point. You have learned to see toxic people clearly. You have built emotional armor. You have mastered silence, locked away your secrets, become a reflective mirror, and understood the power of your absence. Now comes the final transformation, becoming untouchable. This is not a tactic. It is an identity. The untouchable person does not simply defend against toxic people. They exist on a plane beyond their reach. Their games become invisible because your life is focused, purposeful, and meaningful. Machiavelli wrote that a prince who establishes a strong position with the support of his people has little to fear. Your strong position is an unshakable sense of self. Your people are the worthy few in your inner circle. Your kingdom is the life you build intentionally. Toxic people hunt uncertainty. When your values are firm and your purpose burns bright, you are immune to manipulation. They cannot destabilize what is grounded in bedrock. Cultivate this identity relentlessly. Wake each day with clarity about who you are and what you stand for. Let no opinion from toxic people alter your self-perception. Their words are wind against a mountain. Their opinions vanish in your light. The untouchable man does not announce his power. He does not seek validation or revenge. He continues building, growing, and ascending. While toxic people remain trapped in their patterns, you evolve beyond their reach. They become minor characters in your story. This is the ultimate victory. Not defeating them in battle, but becoming so strong that battle is unnecessary. Becoming untouchable is not about being inhuman. It is about being fully human at your highest level. You still love, but selectively. You still feel pain, but you process it without being controlled. You engage the world from strength, not desperation. You protect your peace like a king protects his kingdom, without apology, without hesitation. The 7 strategies you have learned are tools. Tools require a master, your untouchable self. This self has always existed, buried under conditioning that taught you to please, explain, and tolerate disrespect. That conditioning ends now. The untouchable man keeps peace on his own terms. He defines boundaries and chooses who enters, and who is removed forever. This is your evolution, your inheritance, your purpose. Carry these lessons as practice, not theory. Apply them daily until emotional detachment is natural, silence is instinctive, information is protected, the mirror reflects automatically, and your absence is precise. One day, you will wake and realize no toxic person holds power over you. That day may be today. If this message resonates, declare it in the comments. I am untouchable. Let this be your commitment. Like this video if it empowered you, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more lessons in strategy and power. The game has changed, and now so have you.